Hello, everybody. Episode 84, Average Guy Opinions. I'm your average guy, John Corelli. If I'm acting exhausted, it's because of two reasons. The first one is I am still on the same day where I'm kind of recovering from the vaccine, although I'm doing better than I was about 4 or 5 hours ago. And I'm also exhausted because we just had another shooting here in Colorado in a Boulder grocery store, and that's all the details I have. It literally happened about 10 minutes ago. And I'm tired of it, guys. I'm tired of all the excuses the richest country on earth makes for having one of the highest death gun death rates on the planet. I'm tired of it. Can you see it in my eyes? I know. Look at that. Ooh, keep them on, John, please. Look like garbage. So, as far as I can tell, we are beyond the point of no return on this. This is just something we've chosen to accept in our society. The only images I saw were one was an aerial shot, and the other was the usual a bunch of cops clustered behind an ambulance. Because where's the good guy with the gun? Where's the good guy with the gun? They all wait until it's very safe. This is what I've seen with the cops. You don't see one cowboy ride in there on his own to go save the day. They wait until they're all armored up and they're all weaponized and armored, and then they all go in, like 50 of them, and nothing fucking happens. By that time, way too late. So, as for the concealed weapons people, where were you? Are you doing it? Most of the concealed weapons people, it seems like, are committing these crimes. I don't even know. But I'm tired of the good guy with a gun argument because it's until it happens maybe once, you have no argument. Here's where this is where I think we slid down the slope. It was back in I can't even remember the year. I think it was 2014. No, 2012. 2012. Sandy Hook. Once we decided that the killing of children was acceptable for the society, we were fucked. We were fucked. We decided that, you know what? A guy can go in and kill a bunch of kids, and we'll just blame the system or the individual, not the gun-toting system, not the ease of ability to get assault weapons or weapons that can kill many people, weapons that are not necessary to defend your home and your property. We decided almost 10 years ago that these are acceptable losses. Children, 6-year-old children are fucking acceptable losses, and that's the problem. That is the problem that we've decided. Okay, I mean, think about it. It's domestic terrorism, first of all. Now, once again, and especially after what happened in Atlanta, once again, the police not doing a stellar job there, saying a man that killed, I don't know, how was it 6? I'm trying to ignore it. It's hard to look at it because you don't want to go through life scared and depressed all the time. So I don't go into the details of these things. But I do know that the chief of the Atlanta police said he was having a bad day. I can't even argue that, right? Can you even argue a person that has the temerity to say that and the callousness to say that over dead bodies? I don't know. And so I'll wait for the news to come out, and I'll probably maybe comment on it again. But I don't know. I'm just, like I say, I'm exhausted for two reasons. One is physically, and the other is this is mentally draining. Here we are. We're starting to come out of COVID. The economy is looking like it could recover after the stimulus checks. But now we're just going to start shooting each other again. What's the point? What's the point if we don't? All humanity should be doing is taking care of each other. That's all we should be doing. It's very simple. Don't shoot each other. That's a good start. Don't have mega rich and mega poor. Yeah, I'm going to go on my socialist platform now. Maybe just take care of each other. And that's worldwide, by the way, that I have that attitude. People on the other side of the planet should not be making shoes for a dime an hour, t-shirts for a dime an hour, so I can pay less than I would if they were made here. We should all just be one collective community. Oh, here we go, slipping towards communism. One collective community taking care of each other. We should be focusing on the stuff that matters. Making food, building homes, getting clean power going, cleaning up the planet. These are the very simple basics that we need to survive. We don't need all this Twitter, Facebook bullshit. I'm glad I get to do this on YouTube. I have fun with it. I love the technology. But do I need it? No. Would I go back to a rotary phone over this in a heartbeat if it meant that everyone else would do it and the planet would clean up and people would mellow the fuck out? Hell yeah. In a second, I'd throw this phone right out the window. But as it is, this is one of my vents, so I don't snap like a twig and lose it in the street and get into road rage types of altercations. This is where I kind of vent. Um, Colorado, for those of you that don't know, I'm sure most of you do. For some reason, we have some of the most mellowed out people here because of the weed, and we're also the healthiest state in the union. With people all over running, walking, very active state. But we also have some apparent real fucked up people here. We had the theater shootings. I think those are also in 2012, maybe 2014. Can't remember the exact date. When James Holmes mowed down an entire theater of people, killed 12, and I think injured 70, and then waited outside. Just waited outside, leaned against the wall, and waited for the cops to show up. Where they should have just blown him away. If he was black, he'd be dead. And they should have, because honestly, even though I'm not for the death penalty, there are times where it just makes sense. This guy is not worthy. Forget whether he can be rehabilitated or not. He is not fucking worthy. When he decided that something up here tells him it's okay, something somewhere up here tells him it's okay to go into a movie theater at midnight and get an automatic weapon and just start mowing people down like it's a fucking video game, he gave up his humanity card and therefore doesn't have the rights that we do anymore. And honestly, when it comes to that, like there are guys that I've met guys that were free after doing manslaughter, after killing a guy in a bar fight. And I was like, holy shit, how are you walking the streets? He's like, I was good in prison. That guy maybe does deserve a second chance. Not this guy. I don't know how many are going to end up dead in Boulder today. But if you have that type of lack of moral fiber, you don't belong amongst us, man. Of course, there was Columbine. Those two guys killed 11 before killing themselves. I don't know why it's so bad here. We really do have like a higher, I guess, public shootings per capita than the rest of the country. I don't understand why, especially when it's almost all white kids, almost all white males. And why are you guys so angry? I'm talking to you as a fellow white male. I don't get it. If you think life is going to be perfect, then your parents really did not do you any favors. Life isn't supposed to be painful the entire time, but as a white male living in the United States, you have it the best. You heard it here, and if you heard it here first, well, you shouldn't have. You should have heard it along the way, a lot. My mother used to tell me all the time, because I would bitch sometimes. Your teenager things aren't going well, you're not getting a date, your car is crappy, your grades are not doing well, you're in a shitty job. It's life, and my mom would go, would you rather be a black woman in South Africa? It was that simple. Would you rather be somebody who has to run 10 miles to school and then is lucky if they can find a clean glass of water in their village? Pretty simple, guys. So understand that if you have what most Americans have, the accesses that we have, the education that we have, the comforts that we have, to go to a fucking store and be able to buy food. And if you can't do that, we have safety nets to feed you. If you can't understand that, and then they're going to go beyond that, go in someplace with a gun and just start shooting, I don't get it. I just don't get it. And you need to understand how lucky you are to be who you are. And I'm assuming this is a white guy because it always is. I told my kid right before I started making this video, what do you think the over-under is in Vegas for the next shooting? Who it's going to be? Why not? I wouldn't be surprised if Vegas started doing this. This is a sick thing I'm thinking of, but Vegas is a sick place, to be honest. Let's be honest about it. It's a place that's built on gambling and prostitution and people's dreams shattering. And by the mob, my people, some 60, 80 years ago in the middle of the desert. But when are Vegas going to go, hey, let's just fuck it. There's nothing legal against it. You can put odds down of what state, city, how many this guy's going to kill, what he's going to use, what kind of weapon, whether he will actually be a white man, because he will. But anyway, I'm sorry. I just had to get it out. Thanks for letting me get it out. I will see you guys next time, hopefully in a happier mood. That's it. Thanks. Bye.